What a big surprise that was. um, anyway, hey there guys, what's up? It's all about Mike18 here with what is going to be a somewhat lengthy discussion video. Guys, the 2014, we're in 2015, the 2015 Golden Globe Awards, guys, just finished airing about 10-15 minutes ago. And I decided to do my discussion video and my thoughts video on the winners right now, tonight, instead of having to do it tomorrow. I got a lot of different videos planned for this week, so I just want to get this video out of the way, get it up there, give you my thoughts on all of the winners for the Golden Globe Awards this year. So yeah, sorry shooting this on my webcam, but I'm going to try to breeze through this. Also, I'm not really going to talk too long about the TV categories because first off, I ended up guessing most of them wrong because I don't watch a lot of TV, obviously, and I certainly didn't watch anything that did get nominated this year. So I'm just going to be discussing the movies. So yeah, let's get to it, guys, because I think this was overall, although a lot of categories and nominees that deserve to win ended up winning, and I'm happy for certain nominees. I was very surprised, and I think many of you were also surprised, because I was on Twitter. It wasn't just me reading tweets, and then I was on Facebook. A lot of people were surprised with how certain things went down, and it's leading to a lot of questions, namely, is this how things are going to go with the Oscars? I personally think things are going to go a lot differently. I hope things are going to go a lot differently, because honestly, I was upset with a couple things that they did with the Golden Globes. And I don't know how you guys were. So again, leave me your thoughts on the show and the winners in general down below. Before I get into the winners for the movies, of course I'm going to announce all the winners. I just want to get into the show in general. First off, right off the bat, I think it was pathetic that they had to rush the final 3 awards in 10 minutes time. They always drag way too many things out to begin with. And I mean, the final 3 awards are 3 of the biggest awards of the night. And I got a message from somebody on Facebook. I just don't see why they had to rush it like that. I mean, I know they have to end by 11 or by a certain time, but it's just, yeah, you shouldn't do that. I'm sorry, things could have been cut down on. For example, the George Clooney tribute was definitely a little bit longer than it could have been, than it should have been. Don't get me wrong, there were a few interesting moments that happened in the show, namely some interesting things that happened early on. I think the show sort of died down in momentum as it went on, but earlier we had a couple of funny things happening. One of the best things that happened, Michael Keaton took a picture of the woman who was playing Kim Jong-un from North Korea. They had someone to make fun of Kim Jong-un throughout the entire show, and she was taking a picture with Meryl Streep, and they asked Michael Keaton to take a picture of them, and Benedict Cumberbatch jumps up from behind, and they captured the picture. It was all over Twitter. It was freaking hilarious. And then early on in the show, Jeremy Renner and Jennifer Lopez were presenting an award, and Jeremy Renner made reference to Jennifer Lopez's breasts as globes, which I thought was pretty freaking awesome. So there were cool moments like that happened early on in the show. There were a lot of surprises in regards to the awards, which I'll get into. There were a lot of great speeches. Julianne Moore, great speech. Michael Keaton, great speech. Patricia Arquette, great speech. Kevin Spacey, all these actors had really good speeches. The Clooney montage was good, even though I thought it was way too long. And Clooney's speech was great. But another thing I want to bring up, and this is the big thing that I noticed, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, who hosted the entire show, they were literally, their screen time stunned me in that they were hardly there. They literally were very present in the beginning, and then they sort of just faded out. We barely got to see them. And I was kind of surprised with that because this is their last year hosting. Everybody raves about Tina and Amy, but they were barely on. I mean, I was never a huge fan of them to begin with, but the jokes they were cracking in the beginning with all the references to the movies that were nominated, I thought they were pretty funny. So I wanted to see a little bit more of them. We didn't get a lot of them this year, and I don't know why that was, but it's just how it was. It was also amazing to have Ricky Gervais come back and present an award. I want to see him host next year. I love Ricky Gervais. I mean, it's great. I mean, what he did with the Golden Globes years ago, I mean, come on, that's awesome. But getting into the actual categories, which is what you guys are here for, there's 25 categories in general. 14 of which are movie categories. Of the total categories, every single category, I only guessed 11 correct ones out of 25. You can tell there were a lot of surprises this year, guys. And out of all the 14 movie categories, I only guessed 8. Not bad, but I wanted to go 14 for 14. I honestly thought, apart from one category, which was Best Actor, I had every single nominee correctly predicted, but I was kind of wrong. There were a lot of surprises thrown in here, guys. So TV, I'm just going to skim over. I think the big surprise, and I think a lot of people were bummed on Twitter about this. I just got the Blu-ray for Christmas. I haven't watched the whole series yet, but True Detective not winning for Best Miniseries. It lost to Fargo. Matthew McConaughey lost to oh, what's his face? Billy Bob Thornton for Fargo. I was very, very surprised with that because according to the rave reviews True Detective has been getting, I mean, I was shocked. And House of Cards and Game of Thrones losing to this show called The Affair, which dominated everything. I mean, I was really surprised with things like that. But that's just wanted to briefly get into that. I was looking forward to True Detective, and it's over. I mean, I can't believe it didn't win. I'm still going to watch it. I heard it was amazing, but I was very, very surprised with that. All right, guys, getting into the nominees. Let's start off in order of importance with the most important ones. I'll read first, and I'll get to the least important ones. The biggest rob of the night was Best Original Score, which I can't wait to rant about. But let's start off with Best Motion Picture Drama. I think we all knew Boyhood was going to take it, and Boyhood did. Boyhood was definitely the big winner of the night. It took home 3, I believe, for not only Best Drama, but also Best Director for Richard Linklater and Best Supporting Actress Patricia Arquette. I had a strong feeling it was going to win those 3 categories. I predicted those correctly. And of the 5 nominees, I'm glad Boyhood took it because that is my favorite film of the 5. Again, I would have loved Whiplash in there in place of Foxcatcher, but what are you going to do? I was rooting for Boyhood or The Imitation Game, mainly Boyhood, because that was my favorite out of all of those, and I was glad Boyhood won. I recently rewatched it on Blu-ray, and it is a great film, and it definitely deserved it. It really is a masterpiece, and I'm really glad it won. That is probably one of the best well-deserved awards of the night, and it's going to win the Oscar. I'm saying it here, guys. It's going to win Best Picture, and if it doesn't, I'll be really surprised. Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama. The most difficult category to predict all night. I thought I had every single category predicted correctly. They threw in a couple curveballs, which is fine. A couple surprises. But the one category I just couldn't think of who was going to win. I couldn't. Was Best Actor Drama, and it went to Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. And out of all the 4, Steve Carell, Benedict Cumberbatch, Jake Gyllenhaal, and David Oyelowo, Eddie Redmayne was actually the one I didn't want it to win of those 4. Don't get me wrong, Eddie Redmayne was great. He did a great job, but in my opinion, in the last act of the film, when he honestly didn't have much to do, all he had to do was really sit there and talk, and the computer speaking for him. And I know you got to make a certain few facial expressions, but that's not... If he was, if the movie cut off right before he got put in the chair and before he lost his voice completely, then he would have deserved it. But for the third act of the movie, I don't know, Eddie Redmayne was just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there were some great moments. He was excellent in the first 2 halves of the movie. Don't get me wrong, he gave an excellent performance all around. But I honestly thought the 4 other actors did much more difficult work, maybe a little bit more than Eddie Redmayne. Don't get me wrong, the first 2 halves, Redmayne shined, and he had to do a couple really difficult things, don't get me wrong. But Oyelowo was just... That was Martin Luther King, guys. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch nearly brought me to tears. Steve Carell, one of the best transformations I've seen in years. And Jake Gyllenhaal, same thing. Huge transformation. Didn't even recognize the guy. So Eddie Redmayne was not my pick to win. He was great, not my pick to win. Best Actress Motion Picture Drama, I don't think it was a big surprise. Julianne Moore took it for Still Alice. Entirely well-deserved. I'm so glad she won it. She was excellent in the movie. If you haven't seen Still Alice yet, it's supposed to get a wide release this week, a wider release. Definitely check it out if you can. It was a great film. Now, this is by far one of the biggest surprises of the night, and I'm not gonna shit on this movie because I haven't seen it. But Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical went to The Grand Budapest Hotel over Birdman. I was really, really shocked about that, honestly. I think everybody thought Birdman was going to take it, because I think everybody thought that the Oscar race for Best Picture, the winner, was going to be between Boyhood and Birdman. And apparently that's not the case now, because Grand Budapest Hotel took it. Even though, in my opinion, this is all the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. This is their opinion. They voted for these categories. Grand Budapest Hotel snuck in there for Best Motion Picture Comedy, and it also snuck in there for Best Director in a category that was extremely difficult, in a category I felt Damien Chazelle for Whiplash should have gotten nominated for. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I haven't seen it. It's probably a great film. But I think everybody was saying that while it was a great film, Best Director, they would have put a few other choices in there. And over Birdman, a lot of people were upset, myself included. I loved Birdman. I was rooting for Birdman. It didn't happen. So, looks like I'm going to have to check out Grand Budapest Hotel before the Oscar nominations are announced. I don't know if I'm going to watch it yet. I'm not sure. Birdman did end up winning 2 other awards. I'll get into one of them now, and it is, of course, we all saw this coming, Best Actor, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical. I think that was another lock of the evening, and it was Michael Keaton won for Birdman. He was great. He gave a great speech. He was great in the movie. Enough said. He really did a good job. I don't think there was any competition there. I think that was a lock. Now, Best Actress, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical. A lot of people were confused with this one, but I don't think it was as confusing as Best Actor Drama, because I literally couldn't pick a person who I thought would win. So I just randomly picked Steve Carell for that, and I was wrong, of course. Best Actress, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical went to Amy Adams' Big Eyes. I actually was right. I picked Amy Adams, and the reason why I went Amy Adams was because Emily Blunt was fine in Into the Woods. She wasn't mind-blowing. Helen Mirren was, I didn't hear anything great, mind-blowing about her. Quvenzhané Wallis, Annie, they just threw that in there. Let's be honest here. And then Julianne Moore was the one I almost went, but then I said to myself, would they really give her 2 awards in one night? I thought that would, even though she was great in Maps to the Stars, a decent movie, check it out if you can. I had a strong feeling Amy Adams would take it, and she did. I didn't see Big Eyes, but it's nice to see Amy Adams get love from the Golden Globes. She's always getting snubbed by the Oscars. So there you go. I mean, she's always getting robbed. She always gets nominated, but she never wins at the Oscars. Best Director, I predicted this. Richard Linklater for Boyhood. Wasn't my pick to win. I would have loved... I honestly felt that... Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu deserved it for Birdman, in my opinion. Even though that was a 12-year project, and don't get me wrong, don't think I'm dissing Richard Linklater here. He did an amazing job, and his devotion to that project and the story he told was amazing, and I loved Boyhood. But in my opinion, to pull off long takes is extremely difficult. Linklater and the cast and crew met for a couple weeks over 12 years. And I know that's 12 years, but Birdman was shot over, a couple months probably, and to just nail it as much as they did with those incredibly long tracking shots, I mean, I just felt Inarritu deserved it. That's my opinion. Don't get me wrong. Linklater still did a great job, and he's a great director. Best Supporting Actor, I think everybody would have just, I think riots would have started had J.K. Simmons not won for Whiplash. I think we all saw that coming. He's taken the Oscar without a doubt. I'm so happy for him. I love his speech, by the way. He's like, I've only got like 45 seconds here. Everybody shut up. It was great. It was great. He was amazing. So happy he won. Patricia Arquette won for Boyhood for Best Supporting Actress. I rewatched Boyhood, and yes, she was great in the movie. In my opinion, I honestly would have loved to see Emma Stone take it, just for that one scene alone in Birdman. Don't get me wrong, Patricia Arquette was still great in Boyhood. I just felt that, I don't know, I just saw a little bit more on Emma Stone. Patricia Arquette really did shine in the movie, though, and she was definitely my second pick to win. But, I don't know, I was just feeling Emma Stone. I mean, I thought that, she's never gotten nominated for anything big before, so it would have been nice to see her win. But Patricia Arquette, again, same thing with Emma Stone. She hasn't really been nominated for anything either, so. Best Screenplay, another big shock. I honestly thought this was going to Boyhood. I wanted Gone Girl, or The Imitation Game for that matter. But it went to Birdman. Again, another big surprise of the night. Wasn't my choice to win. Birdman had a great script, don't get me wrong. But I just thought Gone Girl, I liked Gone Girls a little bit more. And even The Imitation Game, in my opinion, excellent script. And then even Boyhood. Honestly, Birdman was my 4th pick to win Best Screenplay, but it ended up winning. So I don't. It's really I really don't know what's going to happen with the Oscars this year, guys. I don't know how the Oscars are going to do it. Best Animated Feature. I think Twitter exploded when the Lego Movie lost Best Animated Feature to How to Train Your Dragon 2. I hadn't seen either of those either of the 4 nominated films except Lego Movie. Lego Movie was the only one I watched, and I for sure thought that was going to take it, but wow, was I wrong. Lego Movie was great. Slightly overrated in my opinion, but it was the only one I saw, so therefore I wanted it to win. It was still a good movie. I think myself and a lot of other people were shocked with that. Best Foreign Language Film, I honestly thought it was going to go to Ida because that's all I hear about, but it went to I can't say this, Leviathan. I can't say it, guys. I'm sorry. From Russia. Really nothing to comment there. Best Original Song, very well deserved, went to Glory from Selma by John Legend and Common. Out of all the songs that got nominated, that, in my opinion, was the best. I didn't even know the one from Big Eyes, but or the one from Annie, but Glory was the best, and I hope it wins the Oscar. It's a great song, great lyrics, in my opinion, and it perfectly fit the ending credits for Selma, and I was just really glad it won. And by far, guys, I saved this for last, the most upsetting surprise of the night. This man was entirely robbed in every sense of the word. I was really disgusted when this film lost. Best Original Score went to Johan Johansson for The Theory of Everything. No. You guys want to know how I reacted to that when they read Johan Johansson? I was wearing a hat. I screamed to the top of my lungs when they read his name, and I threw my hat on the ground. How do you not give that award to Hans Zimmer for Interstellar? Literally, the only thing Interstellar got nominated for was Best Original Score. The only thing. When it should have gotten a Best Drama nomination. It should have gotten a Best Director nomination. Matthew McConaughey should have even gotten a Best Actor nomination, even though it was a really crowded year, so I'm not going to get into that. But the one thing that absolutely, say whatever you want about Interstellar, the one thing that was just perfect with Interstellar was the score. Literally one of the best scores I have ever heard in my life. I bought the soundtrack, I bought the score myself. I listen to it every single day when I'm driving to school. Hans Zimmer is one of the greatest composers of all time, and he didn't even win. And not only was I upset Interstellar lost Best Original Score, but the one thing that pissed me off about that was that Johan Johansson for The Theory of Everything wasn't even my second choice to win. Gone Girl even had a better score than Theory of Everything. The Imitation Game was also nominated. That was my 3rd pick to win, because I love the score for The Imitation Game. And then even Birdman, which had a great drum solo score, deserved it more than Theory of Everything. The Theory of Everything, it was a good score. I even complimented the score in my review. Did it deserve to win Best Frickin' Score at the Golden Globes? No. And if it wins at the Oscars, I'm going to be very fucking upset, guys. I'm sorry. But I was really, really mad when Interstellar got robbed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It pissed me off. And I'm going to be very upset about this until the Oscars, because Hans Zimmer better win, okay? He better win. He better get nominated, point blank. So there you have it, guys. Those are the Golden Globes. Overall, I don't know. A lot of deserving things ended up winning. And there were a lot of surprises, a lot of things I didn't see coming, a lot of things that I think were good. Like Eddie Redmayne was great in The Theory of Everything. I don't feel he should have won. Grand Budapest Hotel over Birdman, Interstellar losing over The Theory of Everything for score, a lot of things like that kind of upset me. I feel shouldn't have won and other things should have, but that's the Hollywood Foreign Press for you. What are you going to do? Honestly, this is why I look forward to the Oscars more. Overall, slightly disappointed with several things that went on in the show, But it was still entertaining nevertheless. I had fun on Twitter. I was on YouTube hanging out with Kevin Falk and Caden LaPlante, and I really enjoyed that. It was a fun evening, but I was just a little upset with a couple things. So, guys, what did you think of the Golden Globes? Let me know down below your thoughts on the winners, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.